Today I'm going to give you 5 tips on how to increase your average view duration. Average view duration is a metric that YouTube uses to decide on whether to push your content out to other users or not. Having a high average view duration can really help you get more views. So let's get right to it. The first way to increase your average view duration is to tell a compelling story. Story can mean a few things within the context of the type of videos that you film. If you're a vlogger, you want to pay attention to more traditional aspects of storytelling that move your story from place to place. For educational and how-to channels, the story may take on more of the intent or point of the video that you're trying to get across to your viewer. We've all seen this if you've watched a lot of vloggers. Having no story can leave the viewer lost and wondering what the point of the video is or why they even bothered watching. As a vlogger, you want to focus on a narrative problem or goal that you have for the video. For example, a video that shows me going to Walmart, walking around the Walmart, coming home and closing out the video will probably leave you feeling like, wow, I just watched a video where a guy went to Walmart. What's the point? I could have done that myself. On the flip side, if you focus on the item that you're planning to get and it's this mystical thing you've been looking for a long time, and you go to the magical land of Walmart where you search every aisle and finally find this amazing item you've been looking for, take it home where it's safe and sound. This tells a story that people can be interested in. It has a narrative, and that's what you want to do with your vlogs every single time. For a video where you're imparting knowledge like a how-to, it's really important to get right to the point. The person clicking on the video came because of whatever you advertised in the thumbnail and the title of the video. And you need to make sure that you reiterate that in the intro of your video and get straight into the video and get to the point. If you don't do this right in the intro, you've already lost people, and that's definitely not good for average view duration. In informational videos, nobody likes to be led on or have their time wasted. Least of all when you're in the middle of a project and you just need that little nugget of information. In most cases, if the person imparting the knowledge doesn't get to the point or seems to be rambling in such a way as they want to extend the video and waste my time, I'll usually just click off and find someone else who's willing to give me the information quickly. Unless it's a skill I really need to have, like how to fix something on my car or how to shove 37 jelly beans up my nose, chances are I've already clicked off. But in these cases, I might scrub through to get to the point where the filmer actually gets to the point, just to see what the point is. And I shouldn't have to do that. In fact, that's horrible for your average view duration, so don't do that. Get to the point. You want to change your background throughout the video with interesting shots. Using different locations and backgrounds makes the video much more appealing to the viewer. If you vlog, you definitely want to use movement and different locations to draw the viewer into your story. It really does help to do a little bit of planning here so you can create some interesting shots that are going to keep your viewers' attention. Studio videos can be much more challenging in this regard, but not impossible. Take full advantage of zoom and pan in your shots that you can do in post to give a little bit of action and movement to your shots. Moving around from one side of the screen to another can be a really effective way to keep your viewers' interest. Because you're in the studio, you can plan your background, make it something interesting, do something dynamic with the lighting to draw in the viewer's attention. A green screen is always an option as well, so you can basically take your studio video to anywhere you want. These sorts of tips and tricks, as long as your video has movement and action, will go a long way towards keeping your viewers' attention and increasing that average view duration. Do not clickbait. Titles and thumbnails should represent your content. I know you hear a lot about clickbait these days for thumbnails and titles, and I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it can't work. What I will say is this, people who mastered the art of clickbait can use it very effectively. But for us mere mortals, we should stick to telling the viewer what they're going to find in the video with the title and the thumbnail and make sure they're visually appealing. Clickbait done wrong is an invitation for your video to sit in YouTube timeout and never being seen. This is because clickbait done wrong really causes people just to figure out, once they get in the video, that they've been duped. And then they click off right away, and your average view duration is going to be crap. And if your average view duration is crap, YouTube's not going to share your video. In fact, YouTube figures out that the content in the video is not represented by the title and thumbnail, so they'll seriously just shelf this video and it'll never get seen. And you don't want that. You worked hard on that video. You created something that you really like. You want it to be seen. Clickbait's just not worth it unless you're a master of clickbait. Never, under any circumstances, close your video. This one is really huge, so I want to make sure you understand what I mean. Never at any point in your video should you say something like, well, that's it for me today, or that's how you do it. Nothing will make the user click away faster than thinking that all the relevant information has already been imparted in the video. So never use phrases that make it sound like the video is over or closing. Avoid any calls to action or anything in the middle or the body of the video while you're telling your story. This just breaks up the story and distracts your viewer. In fact, I would avoid using any sort of call to action within the body of the video that would break up the story that you're trying to tell. If it's not on point with the subject of the video, leave it out. You're going to move all of your call to actions to the end screen. That means you have 20 seconds to point people towards videos and ask them to subscribe. And the simple fact is, this is going to flow right from the body of your video. So people aren't even going to know the video is over when you say, hey, you can watch this video, or you can watch this video, and please subscribe. Have a great day. That's the way you want to close your videos, because before they even know it, it's over and they've watched the whole thing. Now, I know that folks have been putting calls to actions all over their video all the time, and they think this is a great thing, and maybe it works for you. But trust me when I tell you that doing this, moving all that stuff to the last 20 seconds, has dramatically increased the average view duration of my videos from 40 to 50% to over 70%. That's a big deal. Even more importantly than that, putting all of this stuff in the end screen and making it feel like it's a part of the active video has dramatically increased the number of people that click on the tiles in my end screen. And guess what? That keeps people on my channel watching. In fact, almost 45% more people click on those tiles now. You know why? Because they're still watching the video. They didn't realize the video was over. And that's what you want to do. Every second counts in average view duration, and this particular tip right here is the mother lode. Make your hook count. The opening of your video, or the hook, has to grab your viewer. If you're a vlogger, you want to stick the most interesting aspect of your video as a little bit of a teaser right at the beginning of your video, and that's the hook. That's saying you're not going to believe what happens. Sure, this means that as you open the video, you're going to have to do a little bit of storytelling. But isn't that what it's all about? You're basically letting the user know right from the very beginning, this is something you don't want to miss. Information on how-to videos. This is super important. Tell the viewer as quickly as you can what the subject of the video is, and it better match the title and the thumbnail, and how it's going to help them in the future. That's really important. As fast as you can, get to the point. If you use some sort of bumper or channel branding, make that shit short. I'm not even kidding. Make it short. 3 seconds or less. And if it's over 3 seconds, it better be friggin' epic and next level, or people are already bored. So watch your channel branding bumper, and if it bores you, trust me, your viewer is bored, especially if they've seen it 1,000 times. In fact, one way that I've seen people make their branding bumper a little more interesting is to keep it exceptionally short and maybe change a slight aspect to it. The Simpsons did this in their intro for years, and it worked all those years. You can do this too. It's not really that hard. Let's face it, chances are they're usually just graphic overlays of a video or some such thing. So change a tiny aspect of that every time and make it like an Easter egg. But either way, keep it as short as possible. Just something to break up the hook from the actual intro to the video. Now, I like to think that branding is somewhat important, so I like to keep my branding in there. But if you can get away without using it, why not do so? Why not go right from the hook to a short B-roll segment and jump right into the video? I mean, you can do that too. Either way, you want to keep it as short as possible and get to the point. Average view duration is a big aspect of getting your videos seen on YouTube, and the better you're able to plan your videos, the more you're able to optimize for average view duration. This video right here is going to show you exactly how to plan out your videos very easily, and the tool is totally free. And you can check out this playlist right here if you're interested in more tips and tricks that can help you grow your YouTube channel and take it to the next level. And if you want to elevate your strategy on YouTube and get lots more tips and hints, please subscribe to the channel and ring that bell so you know when I have new content coming out. Go out there, guys, find your adventure, have a great day, and I will see you soon.